Welcome to today's video. Today you'll be learning how you can easily create a flyer for an online event. Now let me show you how I created this text effect. If you see this text effect, you can see that there is white beneath it and there is also shadow beneath it. I actually used the contour tool in achieving that text effect, like you see there. The other ones splashing out, they are just shapes that we rotated. Alright, many of you are conversant with the impact convergence flyers that are always flying online. What I actually did was to first of all draw three shapes, three squares or rectangle, whatever you wish to call them, using my rectangle tool. Then I have to clip the pictures inside each. Now one thing you must understand is creativity cannot be taught, but you can be guided with principles on how you can be guided on how you can achieve your works. Alright, so this was how I actually saw my pictures. In my mind, I want them to be arranged this way. Now, you must understand that this work that I'm doing now, I actually started with a blank canvas. I started with a blank canvas. Alright, I achieved that the rounded edges with my pick tool. Sorry, not pick tool. I achieved that with my shape tool. Then my choice of color was based on what I really wanted. The colors I wanted: blue and yellow. They're the colors I wanted to use for this flyer. Since I already have all my elements typed out, what I'm achieving now is to arrange the elements in order to have an even distribution. I told you the only thing that gives your work real perfection is how your elements are distributed on your design frame, how your elements are related, relativity. Alright, let's go on. Now you can see the shapes, they are not on the same level. I had in mind to push the picture at the middle forward. So to achieve that, I have to give it a shadow effect. Blur. After converting to bitmap, I want to push it forward so that the others can be behind. Now I have to send that behind with shift and page down, or you can use control and page down if you want to send it back once. Now you can see the picture at the middle is actually pushing forward. Because that's the guest. Okay, I'm trying to experiment with different colors options. Okay, change to white since that's a deep blue color. Change the text to white. think I have to zoom what's happening there. Okay, let's zoom it out. Okay, change that to yellow. I'm actually experimenting with outlines to see if it will also give it another effect. I'm adding outlines to those shapes. You can see the white outline. That's what I'm doing now to see if it will be perfect. Okay, you can see you can do so much with your shadows to make the picture look as if they are alive. Alright, trying to use a gradient fill for each of those blue rectangles using my interactive fill tool. This is actually CORELDRAW. I have shared beginners materials on how you can navigate this software in the bonus packages, so you can go through them and know how you can navigate through this software, and even Photoshop also. And if you are using your smartphone, this will guide you in creativity on how to create simple flyers. Alright, actually brought that in so that it can be consistent with the fonts I'm using for this brand, even though I'm changing the colors for each of the designs. Alright, I think that's the background I have here. I have to fade it, make it transparent. Okay, you can see the background effect underneath. I think it was not visible because the color of that background was white. I'm still experimenting with different color options. You can see there is room for adjustment. Be open-minded, don't be rigid when it comes to designing. There's always room for adjustment. You can see okay. You can see how far we've come. Like I said, there is room for adjustment. At this point, I'm actually thinking of what next to do, of which you're going to see the results. Okay. Experimenting with several options. If your elements are not well distributed, you have not actually achieved a design. It should be well distributed. Okay, I settled with the option of putting alright, a circle in that place. Okay, what I wanted to do was to align those names to the left, but I found out that that's not the best option, so I have to undo that. Okay, I started playing around with my shapes, my circles, so you can see. Open your mind by designing. Don't be limited. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. The end result of this flyer is so perfect and so good. Alright, I started duplicating the circles and adding different shades of the blue for me to see the option. Okay, you can see all I'm doing is duplicating the circles for me to have a kind of spiral effect background. Trying to select all in group, then make them transparent on the background. You can see the effect, but I didn't actually settle for this because it was not the best option. I ended up deleting that to go for a second option. Okay, taking that off. Okay, all right, I'm adding a shadow to that on top of the shapes to make it look as if those shapes are actually coming out from the paper. You can see that effect. You can see the effect, like they are pinned to the paper and they are actually coming out from the top. Okay, I have another shape there. That shape, we're gonna be filling it up with some patterns very soon. Filling it up with patterns. We are almost done with this flyer. All right, to bring that effect, to bring it more to life, to bring more life into it, the shadow effect, I'm going to be doing something. I will duplicate that shadow and I will bring it to the edge. You can see that picture at the center is pushing forward, it's coming out more. Okay, I duplicated that shadow on the top, rotated it 90 degrees, added it to both sides of that picture. You can see It's like the picture at the center is pushing out, it's projecting out. Alright, I added the shadow to the bottom of these pictures to bring more life into them, to make them look like they're actually resting on the floor. To let you know that's where the pictures ended. Alright, it's time to actually arrange the dates and other elements of this design. I drew a triangle to point to the topic. Be flexible, don't be limited to one option, and that's what I'm doing. If it doesn't come out well, fine. If it does, you've actually done a great job. Alright, I'm going to be making this building transparent on the background. Using my transparency tool, I will reduce the opacity to about 90 something percent. Okay. I drew a rectangle there, added a blue color to it, changed my text to white. And I'll also draw another rectangle inside of that rectangle. One thing when I'm designing, I don't restrict my mind to any pattern. Alright, okay, I told you we'll be filling this circle with patterns, so I brought this pattern in and I'm gonna power clip it inside the circle. Alright, that's all. Okay, you can see the effect outside. So like I was saying, I don't like restricting my mind to just one pattern. I love change. It is change that brings improvement. Alright, I'm going to be drawing another rectangle there to actually give the distribution of that text a better flow. Alright, to let you know why that text is distributed the way it is. That's to tell you that there is a limit there. Alright, let's work on other things. We have few minutes to end this class. I'm duplicating that circle again. Then I want to fill it with yellow. Alright, let's see how it works. Blue, blue, okay, the time and the date and the venue. I'm going to make that text thicker for you to be seen, since it's not resting on any shape. Okay, checking my date to know the correct date for this event. Okay, take that off. Changing my font to a lowercase font. Alright, I will be drawing a rectangle around the text. Take off the fill and just give it an outline fill. Thereafter, I will be adding a shadow effect to that shape underneath to make it come alive. I'm trying to distribute the venue and the contact information to see which should be at each particular place in the flyer. Okay, so what I did here. Proper alignment. Alright, I'm going to be distributing that on a straight line after adding the shadow effect I talked about underneath this shape to make it look more real, more attractive. Let it not look as if the elements are flying or not actually part of the frame. Okay, those are just lines. For the sake of the circle, I have to reduce the length of that text. Those are lines, just to show you that there is a barrier in that place. Not just a barrier, there is a frame in that place. There is a limit. Alright, I think we are done with our flyer. Color mode RGB. Alright, thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next class. Bye bye.